Hey, I'm Reverend Jeff Will Rumble, and I'm here with my sister, who for some reason that I cannot begin to fathom would rather not have her face plastered all over the internet today. So we're in Colorado, and way below us that way is is Trout Lake, which is roughly 12 miles outside of and uphill from Telluride. We are about to hike to Hope Lake. This is about a 2.5 mile hike, and we'll see how it goes. It's a great hike, one of my all-time favorites, really beautiful. So come on, let's go for a hike. So first stream crossing. I think I'll take I think I'm going to try the rocks. See if I can land myself in the water. That'll be great. It wouldn't be the first time, by the way. Well, actually, this looks pretty reasonable. And on we go.
One of the spots where hiking sticks are used.
Yeah. In truth, I bring the hiking sticks mostly for that spot, and then I didn't even take them out. This is Lizzie, by the way. Considering the rest of the hike, this almost seems like an ordinary stretch. But my goodness, look how beautiful it is walking through this forest. This here is Mr. Darcy, by the way. Oh, there's Lizzie. Hi, Lizzie. All right, so we're coming around to an area that's got a bit of sun and bottom of an avalanche area, so with all of the scree that's all over the trail, that is. Footing's a little interesting. And also on the warmer days, this is one of the stretches that gets a little hot. But we'll get right back to you in a minute, because there's a beautiful sight across the valley. Okay, so if you'll remember about 10 seconds ago, if that, I mentioned that there was a beautiful waterfall. There it is. It's more like a couple of minutes for me. But just to give you a lay of the land, the place we're going is up here on the other side of this little knob, but this side of the mountains in the background. That's where the lake's located. So we're going to work our way up through these trees and then up around the I don't know, that side of the mountain there, and then there's a saddle that takes us back in. We're looking at Sheep Mountain here. This down here, you can just see the edge of Trout Lake down there, and up here, that's Mount Lizardhead, and the lower here in front of us is Mount Blackface, which looks really, really high when you're at the lake, and not nearly as high now. Should mention too, for those of you who are in Southern California, the top of Mount Baldy is just over 10,000 feet, and the place where we started, the trailhead, was something like 10.8, I think. And where we're going, the saddle up here, is right around 12. So, on the way. Okay, just moments after I filmed that last bit. Filmed? What am I talking about? I must be old. Just moments after I recorded that last bit, we came across this.
I don't know what to say, but it frightens me.
I don't want to touch it. Look who's looking at you. Okay. Okay, we're going to back away quietly. Just back away quietly. New growth on the spruce trees. That's always a nice sign of at least some degree of good, healthy stuff happening. You can see the New little pine cones here and last year's up there. So lots of aspens here too. So we'll be going through more of those later. On we go. So this is sort of the big turn here. Up till now, it's been sort of up and down and mostly level from the trailhead over to here. At this point, we're going to turn up, going to go across the creek. You see there's two creeks coming in. We want the middle section. So we're going to go across the creek and on up, and it's pretty much straight up the mountain from here until we get to into the saddle above the lake. And so I'll be huffing and puffing quite a bit on my way. So we've come up from here, and it's basically a straight up shot with a pretty muddy trail for a quarter mile-ish from where we crossed the stream down there. This here is now going to be the start of the switchbacks, which are steep. Some of them are pretty short switchback, but they're with steep corners. So I stop and breathe a lot doing these. But if I don't get walking, I don't actually arrive. Therefore, here we go. So I think the actual first one is just beyond Susan up there in the distance. We've run into quite a few people, by the way. It's a popular trail, mostly just because it's a wonderful, wonderful hike. So this is Mount San Miguel. As we get up higher, the view gets even better, if you can imagine that. But it's beautiful. As you can see, clouds are coming in. I've already felt a couple of raindrops on me, which frightens me. I'm from Southern California. It never rains on us there. It's a strange and otherworldly experience to have water falling from the sky on me. So, yeah, I think I need to build a boat and gather up the animals.
And Mount San Miguel, all the red on it is actually iron ore that has rusted.
Because of rain?
Yep.
Horrifying.
Painful?
Kidding, of course. So I'm not sure how well you can pick up on the GoPro just how steep it's been, but we're getting to the point now where the trees are starting to thin out. So I guess we're probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 11.5 to 11.8-ish, somewhere in that general range. And so before long, the switchbacks themselves will come to an end, and I'm slipping because I'm not looking at my feet while I'm talking to you. The switchbacks will come to an end, and we'll end up going a little straighter on up the side toward the lake. There's Lizzie. On we go. So welcome to the timberline. From pretty much here on up, there's a few trees that make it, but as you can see, this is where it stops. And those that do make it on up above this general area tend to be pretty little and stunted. You can see the lake way down there at the bottom, the weather off in the distance. We did have earlier that little bit of, I guess best way to put it would be call it a steady sprinkle. Not really a legitimate rain, but a steady sprinkle for 10 minutes or so. That has stopped for the moment, but I'm not going to be surprised even a little bit if we don't get seriously dumped on before the end of the hike. But have a look at these flowers. The mountain, late spring, early summer mountain wildflowers. Just amazing. The yellow and what these are. If you've seen Indian paintbrush, these are a cousin, the pink paintbrush. And I believe these are called elephant heads, something like that. They have a little bit of that shape to them if you see them up close. So, yeah, just amazing. Just amazing. This whole place, such beauty. That's why I come up here. because I just love to fill my eyes with this stuff. Everywhere you look. A couple steps farther, you got the blue, I think those are harebells is what they're called. Rocks against the green. Yeah, amazing. More hiking. So this is the trail as I just came up. You can see down below, I think this is pretty much the last of the switchbacks. And it's really almost impossible to even talk about just how very beautiful it is. And I don't know that it really can come out on video either. Just how beautiful it is here at timberline and above. The colors, and truthfully, the colors change moment to moment. A couple seconds ago that was a brighter red in the brighter light, but the red against the green and the sense of space between here and there it just has a feel of bigness that is almost indescribable. Looking on down, somewhere down there is where we came up, and somewhere on the other side of this tree right here, nice spot that I picked, somewhere on the other side of this tree right here is where you can see the lake below us. But just what an amazing, incredible, stunning place. So I apologize for the wind. We're at the saddle now, and so the wind comes through here, right through this spot. But obviously around this corner is where we came up, and this is the pass that goes right on through to the lake. Many years, both this area and the one right here are filled with snow patches that continue on into the summer a bit. Not so much this year. See a little bit. We're at 11,880 right now. Yep. Okay. And you can see up ahead, well, you would be able to see the lake if it was full, but this year there's been so little snow that the lake is way down, obviously. There's some water. Yeah, this isn't too terrible. Seen worse. And the lake continues on around, of course. Beautiful cascade coming down here. But again, what an amazing spot. So here is among the nicer views of the lake. You can see the colors amazing, and waterfalls coming in all around. Trail does go on up to the saddle here. I've done that a number of times. It's hard. The difference in oxygen between here and there is noticeable. The original lake was just right here, sort of a natural lake, and then around the corner here the dam was built so that this can be used for hydroelectric, the power plant that's downstream. and it that way maintains a steady water flow through the summer. And so this is the place. One of my favorite spots. So the rain is getting here for real now, as expected and predicted, with a little bit of hail and sleet in it and a bit of thunder. So we are going to get on our way back down the hill, because up above the timberline is generally not where you want to be in a hailstorm or a lightning storm. So, all right, on our way. Geared up for the hike back in the rain. So the rain has stopped for the moment. Still hearing thunder, but we are down, just about to drop down into the trees again and into the switchbacks again, and on our way down the lake. Down to the lake is what I meant to say just then. So here we go. So we're back down into the trees, obviously. Even the ground that we're hiking through here is not nearly as muddy as the stuff we just came down up a little higher, so maybe this didn't get quite as much of the rain and hail and such, but it is dark, so the clouds are dark, and it's still just so beautiful. I don't know if the mic is picking up the thunder in the distance. My ears are. On we go. Not quite sure if it's coming out on video or not, but watching the hail as that started up again, of course. Watching it bounce down the hill, bounce off the log. Hearing it land on my hat or my shoulders.
Happy to be under the tree at the moment.
And yet, just the experience of nature with this. Oh, you can see it building up on the trail. This is not a bad thing. This is beautiful, and this is adventure, and this is fun. This hike is turning out to have all the good stuff today, or almost all the good stuff. But this is great. Love this. That's like magic.
Yep. Ready?
I'm ready.
Right.
Onward and into it. Here we go. Yeah, these are big ones. They're bigger than they were before. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Are you getting hailed on? Are you getting hailed on? Yes, you are. Look at you, little hail dog. Look at that little dog.
What's up, Darcy? Yeah, look at it building up here in the corner. And it's getting harder. This is great. It's not even feeling very wet at this moment. Did I take a wrong turn somehow? I think maybe I did. In any event, we're on the trail. So it seems like we're off the switchbacks at this point. So now we've got a straight shot on down to the stream crossing, which we will be able to walk across the floating hail. Kidding. But then from there back across to the trailhead. All right, just pausing for a moment here in the trees with the hail that looks like snow in the creek. Beauty comes in all different varieties. An experience like this is one of them. Okay, we're back to the turn and headed off toward the trailhead. Okay, now we're really scared. It's gone. You know what I'm talking about.
Did someone take it, or was it?
Or
a
did
fairy that
did it leave on its own? And where has it gone? Okay, we're on our way. Yeah, I had to stop and look at this. Again, just another amazing view of Lizardhead and Blackface and this whole area. Oh wait, I'll turn here. Remember the waterfall? There we are. Yeah. Alright, on the way again. And just like that, we'll cross the last stream and back into the deep, dark spruce forest. Probably just a few hundred yards now from the trailhead where the truck is. Round trip, it's a 5-mile hike. The first 2.5 of that was beautiful. The last 2.5, well, all but about a 1/4 mile of it was crazy rain and hail, which is also beautiful. Thanks for coming along on the hike, for stopping by the channel, and I hope you'll join me for my next adventure too.